What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. It is time for part 2 of the 3.2 story quest. So sit back, relax, and let's start. Military runner, because I hardly know her. The game feels kind of quiet, though. Hold on, let me turn it up. Oh, there's no BGM. That's why. Okay.
Isn't that the dromas draped in finery?
Avoid his gaze. I don't acquaint myself with blasphemers.
Oh. Why'd she say
Don't
gaze
worry.
like that?
He's too full of pride to pay us any attention.
Who said that?
Your name is Dromus as well? You must really like those creatures.
Bro, don't make fun of a scholar with a gun. Alright. Dun, dun, dun. The secret passage. Nice.
A student of Empedocles? I hear that his views run counter to the Venerationists.
This is what being a scholar is about. A collision of ideas only occurs when there are differences in beliefs.
I like her voice.
And it is such collisions that lead to progress.
Yet
Lord Lygus and Lady Kindness are just ahead. I'll take my leave for now.
Bye-bye, military runner. Oh, this way. Alright. Bro, everyone's just like talking smack right in front of us is crazy.
Welcome to the demigod.
Oh god, I forgot how
Council,
evil he sounded.
Esteemed guests.
Hey. Who designed him? Oh my god, he's see-through. He is just giving me such sus energy.
Lord ANAXA. Oh, I've heard
Oh my god, she
so
actually
much
full named
about
him.
you. Head of the Nusporists of the Grove of Epiphany, notorious blasphemer, a Chrysos heir who bears Circe's core flame, a survivor of the Grove
A
calamity.
survivor?
Did I miss anything? Well, if so, please be so kind as to enlighten me.
Since Lady Kindness
Wait, is she
is
supposed to be
already well
old?
acquainted with me, I won't waste any effort introducing myself again. But then again, perhaps the customs are different here. Back in my hometown, there is a form of etiquette known as honoring guests. The host will welcome their guest with warm hospitality by treating them to fine wine and a cozy bed.
And all he gets is people
yet-
gossiping.
Ever since I arrived, I have not been welcomed with warm courtesy or ceremonial gifts. Instead, I am met with intense scrutiny. Even more absurd, the host has sharpened their blade and instructed their servants to lie in wait in the shadows.
Oh, call them out.
Perhaps you intend to cut open my heart, retrieve the core flame, and then hold a grand feast for all of the guests.
Everyone, stand down.
Dun, dun, dun.
Thank you for understanding. I am but a feeble scholar who is not used to the stench of avarice and blood.
No need to be humble, my lord. From my perspective, your courage and gumption are worthy of the reputation of the
I
Seven
don't trust this
Sages.
lady.
Your bravery is more than adequate to accomplish our perilous endeavor.
So, you wish to start a war?
Oh.
Well, since the Chrysos heirs are calling for war, we will respond in kind. Conflict is inevitable. Since Aglaya endeavors to suppress the virtuous commoners with blood of gold, we will not hesitate to display the rights and mettle the citizens of Akama are so entitled to. As to your question of whether peace is still a viable option, well, to that I can only say this. Everything hinges on the next citizens' assembly and whether they have a sudden epiphany amid the clamor of the masses. And since you, as a Chrysos heir, accepted our invitation, you have indeed given us a glimmer of hope.
ANAXA, why are you giving them hope?
What brazen arrogance. What you're saying right now is worlds apart from what you were saying before you retired your cleaners.
I like how smug he looks.
I don't deny it. After all, they're responsible for cleaning up any threats, and just a moment ago, you were on the side of the Chrysos heirs. But now that you're an ally of ours, we can continue talking somewhere else. As you know, these walls have ears. I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to discuss a treatise about the Venerationists with your teacher, Empedocles. Yet, it seems you subscribe to the Nusporists instead, Lord ANAXA. I've heard that this school of thought is one with many detractors.
It's normal for ideas to have supporters and dissenters, just like how there are two types of people in this world: geniuses and dimwits.
Bruh. And guys, which one are you? A genius or a dimwit?
Welcome back to the hub of the Demigod Council, Lord Anaxagoras. Surely you remember that countless eloquent orators have stood in this spot before and emerged victorious by stoking public sentiment with their words. And yet there have also been innumerable blasphemous philosophers who set themselves up for failure because they refused to defend their actions. This tiny stage is the most profound embodiment of
It's
Akama
looking kinda
in
big to me.
centuries. In 15 days, this site shall also become the most important, as well as the final turning point in Akama's history. May the both of us carry out our duties with honor and lead the masses back toward the Erechrysia, a golden age with no death, strife, or trickery.
Oh my, 15 days and nights. That aligns perfectly with the date of your demise. Could such a coincidence
I love
truly
Cersei's.
exist?
Using death to prove myself fits my intentions perfectly.
What strong conviction you have, as expected of the hero who dared to stand up to the Gold Weaver.
As expected, she misunderstands you.
That's enough, Lady Kindness. Dispense with the niceties.
I like how the
I only
game
accepted your
calls him ANAXA
invitation
as well.
so that I can serve the commoners alongside the members of the Council of Elders. Don't test my patience with such superfluous formalities.
Superfluous.
Well, you say that now, but surely you also require my aid as well.
What can you,
so that
a
you can
petty
stay
human, do
alive
for
even
him?
when being pursued by the Golden Thread?
You worry too much. She won't show her hand too freely, as she still needs to garner support from the masses at the Citizens' Assembly.
Even someone like me can tell that only a sliver of her humanity remains. Surely you're not asserting that she will definitely act in a rational manner.
As you're no doubt aware, Aglaya covets the core flame that I possess, which makes it the bargaining chip that allows me and the rest of you to negotiate with her. However, in return, I'll need the Council of Elders to support me as much as possible. Naturally, this includes the guards as well. You're well aware how valuable Cersei's core flame will be in the Erechrysia that you are desperately pursuing. Talk is cheap, so you'd better act prudently as well.
I understand. After all, this battle of wits is just a means for each party to acquire what they need. As long as your request is reasonable, the Council of Elders never shortchanges its allies. Since we're both intent on mutual cooperation, let's not mince words and just speak plainly to each other. Let us decide how much we can secure for ourselves and how much we're willing to sacrifice, like true philosophers, with our words and wisdom.
Trust her. Let's begin then. Okay, I think ANAXA's playing like a double agent. A quadruple agent.
Continuing from the earlier topic, let us discuss our common enemy, Aglaya. She is the second most experienced Chrysos heir across the whole of Akama.
The most is Tribby,
who has
right?
Gradually lost her humanity to the ravages of time and the ablation of the core flame. A formidable opponent indeed. Admittedly, there is ample reason for her to take your life. Yet your previous reasoning is quite sound. As a seasoned political animal, it's unclear whether she will actually cross that irreversible boundary. Moreover, she still needs you alive so that the Titan's trial can be completed. Is there anyone present who can swear by the sacred vow of Kephale and guarantee that you weren't in league with that woman before coming here? Are you just trying to pull the wool over our eyes and aid her in her savagery?
Okay, first of all, lady, chill. Second of all, I don't think ANAXA is working with Aglaya because I genuinely think they just don't like each other. But I think he has his own agenda that is completely irrelevant to Aglaya. So like, I feel like ANAXA, like, while like our petty king, I can't see him like actively doing something to just hurt Aglaya. What I could see him happening is like, he has his own agenda and whoever happens to benefit from what he needs will benefit is like the main thing. So I think whatever his objective is actually probably benefits Aglaya, but we don't know what his objective is just yet. But that's just my game theory right now. But yeah, it's whatever's like, yeah, whatever's a coincidence. But if it happened to go against Aglaya, I think he would go against Aglaya. So I really just think he's doing whatever he wants and whoever benefits or does not from it, it's like whatever. But I can't see him just going out of his way to be petty towards Aglaya. Well, like, other than like minor petty, but like genuinely like just go against her for no reason, you know? He reminds me of Littlefinger. I can see that, but like a smarter Littlefinger. She's prepared to execute me. She just needs vassals who will do her bidding without question.
I believe you're aware of Castorus the Executioner. Long before I returned to Akama, Aglaya had already dispatched her to monitor me. If I weren't able to reach this place in time, I would have been forced to meet Thanatos first. As compared
So someone
to
say
a
ANAXA is
comprehensive
what everyone
plan
thinks
with
Dr. Race is like,
uncertain
yeah, I
results,
said that.
If you decide to cut open my chest and remove the core flame, wouldn't that settle her nerves even more? Everything is in place. She just needs the right timing.
I understand what you mean. At the very least, the both of us agree that this tyrant who wallows in extravagance and greed is the greatest threat to achieving peace in Akama. The Council of Elders is willing to defend your right to live, just as we defend every oppressed citizen.
Okay, buddy.
However, I regret to say that sentiments in favor of the Chrysos heirs and Aglaya are only growing in magnitude. The peace that we are aspiring toward, as well as everything that we hold dear, will be destroyed completely. The city will be burned to ashes, and the citizens' blood will be shed.
Like, what is she gonna do about the Black Tide?
Tell me.
Respectfully, Caius,
What
Kindness.
are
What are you
willing to
thinking
do
of?
for our esteemed citizens, so that they can vanquish the enemies of our fine city?
Girly Pop, what are you gonna do when the Black Tide comes for Akama and you have no Chrysos heirs to help with that? Okay, you're just all gonna die now? For what, like 10 minutes in power? Garnering my support is equivalent to garnering the support of the entire grove. I'll be the one to shatter Aglaya's self-righteousness. I don't want to be
Although
mean
the
to Aglaya.
circumstances are rather unfortunate from an objective point of view, it is an undeniable fact that ever since the Grove was attacked, I have become the de facto leader of the Grove. The Council of Elders needs more backing if it wishes to topple Aglaya, and it's evident that the Academy wields considerable influence. At the very least, I have served as the Grove's special envoy to Akama for a significant amount of time. Of course, this also means that I will hold a crucial vote at the Citizens' Assembly.
In the name of Kephale, Akama thanks you for your sincere and valuable thoughts.
Bro, where's Kephale right now, huh?
It's clear that you and I understand the benefits to be won from this discussion. Let me put it plainly. The Council of Elders has always been renowned for its fairness, and that fairness is built on a foundation of sincerity. The Council of Elders has
sincerity in
vowed
the
to
room with
all
us?
citizens of Akaba that it will always remain loyal to them. As for you, my lord, how will you guarantee that you will be able to live up to such earnestness and will not betray Akama's indomitable citizens when the opportunity presents itself? Just as you now betray Aglaya when it suits you.
Well, in ANAXA's humble defense, can he betray someone he had no loyalties to? Like, respectfully, can he betray her if he never agreed with her? Like, they've never liked each other, so I feel like he can't even betray her. Like, how absurd! My loyalty is unquestionable.
Surely you jest. My loyalty does not need to be proven. The fact that the Council of Elders is asking for proof of my loyalty is itself akin to a form of betrayal.
I am incredibly honored to have witnessed the both of you bury the hatchet in a civilized manner. However, I am afraid that I must interrupt for a brief moment. As the Theoros, I have observed the following. Lady Aglaya, the Goldweaver, is currently on her way to Dawncloud.
Dawncloud.
Oh. Well, I do believe that we might have a slight overabundance of guests today.
Feeling dissatisfied, Lady Kindness? Despite the Council of Elders' lofty residence on Dawncloud, it must still tolerate the whims of the Chrysos heirs.
So you were holding back just now. Seems like you are better at playing this game than I.
The game of
In any case,
Thrones.
I'm glad that she's arriving here. So tell me, Anaxagoras, now that you're an ally of mine, if Aglaya were to demand that I hand you over, what should I do?
You can do as she says. Tell her that the Council of Elders merely wished to chat with me and had no intention of offending her. However, by doing so, the authority of the Council of Elders will be as thin as papyrus that has been soaked in blood. Not only can it be destroyed at the slightest touch, but the Council will also lose possession of a valuable core flame. No, more like 2 core flames.
Oh?
After all, at the next Citizens' Assembly, that young lady who is synonymous with death will also be standing on our side.
What? Why would Casterus be on their side?
How can you be sure of that?
Cassie?
Is that of importance to you? All you need to know is that I have a plan. In my opinion, you should be more worried about the impending threat. If Aglaya can seize me in full view of the masses today, she could also dismiss the entire Council of Elders in one fell swoop tomorrow. If that happens, the discussion that we've just had will turn into an utter joke instead. Is this the outcome that you wish to see, Lady Kindness?
Fine. I will handle this matter appropriately. But you do best to remember this. Fool the people, and karma will be on your tail. I'll overlook it this time, but don't count on there being a next time. Unless, of course, you crave cruel punishment and consider suffering the perfect state to ponder the true
Girly Pop,
nature
I thought
of
you said
souls.
you thrived in being fair and just. What happened to that?
Well, what do you know? That happens to be one of my rare talents.
We shall see then.
I've got to say that you've managed to really impress me again. But shouldn't you be going after more?
Dying to know what I'm after.
I mean, I'm the reason Titan after all. It is in me to ask and seek answers.
Oh my god, so true, Queen.
Easy there. You'll learn the answer soon enough.
Oh my god, he's still being a little teacher.
I didn't bring it up with her purely because she doesn't have the means to give me what I truly want. It's as they say, onlookers see most clearly. The true masters of Dawncloud have always been the Theoros, who watches over everything.
Theoros. Dun, 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 dun. Hi, Lygus.
An expected visitor. Welcome once again.
God, I just feel unsettled every time he
You-
speaks.
You could actually skip all the pointless debate and come straight to me to seek an audience with Kephale.
My god, Kephale is in the room with us.
I have no reason to refuse you, do I?
You may not, but Kindness has. Whoever gets hold of Kephale's core flame will get to rule over Akama. She's wary of me, so naturally
It's
I
gonna
had
be
to gain her
Kevin.
trust. I would say that debate was not at all pointless.
Very true.
In my view, this individual has gone to great lengths to get close to Kephale. He might very well be plotting something nefarious against the Titan. Are you still willing to let him pass, knowing this?
Yes, very much so. All living creations are always free to visit Kephale's transcendent vessel. This comes with being the World-Bearer.
How convenient it is to be able to hear what they say.
How convenient.
It is truly my honor to speak to a venerated Titan in person. Please, go ahead. Let me join you both on this journey. Oh, a bygone myth tells of an occasion where Kephale once answered their followers' questions on the peak of the Holy Mountain. Their followers have since believed that scaling this Titan cliff
We got our
is
skinny
one
legend
way of
ANAXA.
being with the god.
Hear that? It's not every day that you get to climb a mountain with Circes. You should sing me a hymn of praise.
Yes, I love Circes.
Titan hymns are beyond me.
Guys, I was thinking about part 1 and how like they dropped the bomb that Trailblazer actually died in the crash. And I was just like, I was genuinely thinking about it. And like, unironically, I don't like that explanation. Like, you're telling me we got off-screened, Danhong knew about it and didn't tell us? I don't like that. I hope it changes. And like, we find out something else. Because I don't like that. That feels like, yeah, it feels like a retcon. Because I'm like, I can't even guess that from 3.0. Yeah, Danhong never mentioning it feels like a little odd. he thought we were fine, but I still feel like you would mention like, oh, you were really injured. Like, you were bleeding everywhere. And now suddenly you're okay. Like, I feel like I would have just like, oh, hey, I thought you were like in really bad shape. I agree, but it was a bit loosely explained. Only hint was how Castris could touch us. But even then, we could only find out she could touch us like after the fact. Like, we found out this patch she could touch us. He couldn't speak, literally. I mean, when he woke up. I like my theory better. Oh, we're supposed to stop there. Really? I went too fast for him? It does negate the meme ending that we got. So, like, I don't know what to believe. We literally got impaled by an ice lance in Bellabog. Yeah, and I feel like we talked about it. I just feel like they either should have showed us getting absolutely wrecked in the crash, or like mentioning it somewhere. I just don't like that nothing got mentioned, because like you can't even make an educated guess on what's gonna happen.
Take this.
It ruins the surprise. A surprise that doesn't make sense isn't a good surprise.
Will be waiting for you at its end.
I have to admit, I never expected you to not ask me anything. Not even my motive.
Because I know very well what it is you are after. As the saying goes, a gentleman helps others achieve their goals. I have a feeling that your theory will be validated at the end of this journey.
Mina, you yourself guessed that we were dead before this patch?
Yeah.
So I was half right. But it's not just that. I just want to say, like, they told us a little bit earlier that something happened to us at least.
You must be closer to Kephale than anyone else. Wouldn't you agree?
I hope things go as you say, then.
Putting a child of justice into a farcical world is bound to turn it upside down. It is my hope that you bring a much-needed change to this world, which is on the brink of destruction.
Destruction. Destruction.
Go melt it down.
Bum, 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 bum. Dun, 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 dun. He gives Dark Souls NPC
Honestly,
real.
This is my first time going up to Dawn Cloud's peak.
What a splendid view. Isn't it about time you recognize the magnificence of us Titans?
Well, I don't see how this place is different from those temples in the city. All they have are magnificent facades. And even though I've come this far, I'm still doubtful about getting useful clues from him.
I must be getting ahead of myself to be expecting to hear something nice from you.
Oh? Haven't you been in my head for some time now? It's high time you get used to how I feel about things. All right, we're just a short hike away from Kephale. No time to waste here.
So the intellectual debate from earlier was too draining for you, huh? If Amphorius gets a new lease on life, you should focus on strengthening your body and stop shirking social interactions.
Save your concern.
The Titan is in sight. Can you make it?
Why? Are you going to carry me up if I were to fall now?
No.
I know how far I can go, so just hold your tongue and come along.
Fine then. I guess I won't say any more. I'll just wait till your soul dissipates completely to gain control over your body.
Wait. Who is that? Cersei's?
Wait, how is she there if she's here?
Hey, look at that.
Huh? What should I be looking at?
Am I hallucinating? Or do we even get to see souls when we're close to dying?
Oh, they're out here praying. Dun, 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 dun. Oh. Oh my god, is that Nias?
Oh, why didn't you bring your favorite spear with you on this trip, Nias?
Best NPC.
Nias. I know I've heard this name somewhere.
It's unfortunate. The Black Tide destroyed every last inch of my calyx.
How could that be? Even a creation of Georios, from their prized ores and molten fire, couldn't escape the fate of destruction?
Hey, Cersei's. Do you know a certain Nias?
Nias? No.
Oh.
Not that I remember. How did you even think up such a strange name?
I just saw him. Nias. A warrior-like figure who was just chatting with you here.
No, I have no such
Is he seeing the
memory.
future?
Could you be hallucinating?
This is a departed spirit?
Oh. Making ANAXA do this is kind of funny. Oh! Can I not? This is a pilgrimage platform dedicated to devout believers, but you, Anaxagoras, is not. I never kneel. Bro, why don't they just like take the step forward to come? Oh my god, they're here!
You two again.
Enough about me. Did Kaos ever reply to you?
House?
Well, regrettably.
Seems like the price of becoming a demigod is a lot heftier than we thought.
Who's Kaos?
Kaos. Demigod. I've never heard of this person. Which Titan's authority did he inherit?
Look on the bright side, Nias. Since we've come all this way, I doubt he'd snub his old friends, would he?
Okay. Mina Theory 5477. Right now, we are witnessing a different timeline. Because Anaxa is so close to death, his soul is going in between the different like realms because we're experiencing two separate timelines. And that's where Flame Reaver is coming from, because Flame Reaver is probably from the OG timeline where Finden wins, and I think Finden is Flame Reaver, and then he comes over here to try to like change the outcome. And so this is like a conversation from a different timeline. Listen, guys, I'm just gonna keep making theories.
Let's just hope we mean as much as the world to him.
Hey! Are you seeing that same hallucination again?
It's still you, Anais, but you're now talking about a certain Kaos. I'm guessing he's one of your companions?
Chaos? This name sounds just as strange to me.
Never mind. I think I know what this is about. If things are as I thought, then they aren't hallucinations, but the souls of people.
The souls.
What? But if those are the souls of the dead, then what am I?
What are you?
Beats me. For all I know, you're just an illusion I conjured up in my dying moments.
Oh my god, he's like, I have schizophrenia.
Let's just keep going. As long as I take in more sights and hear more stories.
Know your limits. Wander too far among the dead, and even I might not be able to save you.
I'm fine.
The pilgrimage platform dedicated to devout believers, but you and ANAXA would never kneel to false gods. God damn. Gotta go fast. Gotta go faster.
So...
Oh, shit.
Can you keep going?
Of course.
Girly, you float. Why are you exhausted from stairs? You're floating.
If I knew we had to climb a mountain, I wouldn't have come along with you.
I guess this also counts as one aspect of the world-bearing burden. If Amphorius does have a next life, you may want to get your body in shape.
Damn.
Keep your sarcasm to yourself.
I'm not getting anything of value from them.
I would sooner throw myself off this cliff and hit rock bottom than exercise even a little.
Real.
I am Calypso of the eminent Seven Sages, after all.
Calypso.
Training would make me no different from those Helcalithist barbarians.
I feel like I've heard the word Calypso before.
Calypso. She's one of the Seven Sages.
Oh.
A member of the Grove? No, she can't be. I would know her name if she really were one of the Seven Sages.
She used that name back in 3.1, thank you.
Hey, Circes. Does the name Calypso ring a bell?
Oh!
Circes?
Where'd she go?
Gone. Doesn't matter. I can do this myself.
Circes?
Looks like I'm nearly there now.
I'm sorry, the hand over there?
Of the dead.
Hovering over this man made it look like we could push him. Like, just like the way it's positioned just makes it look like we're supposed to push him. Like, that's why I had to do a double take and like look. Like, I'm like, there's no way they would do that.
And are made of the same essence.
Cause like we were over here. It just it was like right there. Wow, these are a lot of souls over here.
Oh, beautiful old world.
Where are you?
Oh, legendary era Chrysia, return to the mortal realm. Splendid gods once walked the paths we walk. Alas, all that's left of that warmth is a hazy mirage.
Why are you chanting that too?
Oh my god, look. Hey, Kephale. He doesn't skip chest day.
We're here. Finally. So, I don't get to ask the Titan my question. But all of you make for a pleasant surprise, nonetheless. Very well then. Let me uncover the truth for myself.
Oh, ANAXA. Irk.
Did I still fail to make it in time? So, I'm back here again.
Oh, he's back on the river.
This is... I can hear it. I hear it from the depths of the tides, behind the closed doors of the void world. A voice ready to tell me something. This time, the voice is a lot clearer than before.
Oh my god, pretty art.
Since we've come this far, let's just wait.
Lord Nias and Miss Calypso.
Casterus?
Are you both here to visit Chaos too?
Huh?
Yes, and we've been waiting for quite some time now.
Regrettably, he hasn't answered us.
Wait, I'm so confused. What is going on?
The worst-case scenario is that he's already been overwhelmed and crushed by the world-bearing burden.
You're overthinking, Lord Nias. I can still sense Chaos' soul in the area. And besides, we both know Chaos' nature. A deliverer like him wouldn't fall so readily, much less give up on all that he holds dear. Isn't that so?
Yes, I have faith in him.
That reminds me.
Faith in?
Why are you
Fine-in?
making this trip alone, Polixia?
Oh, Polixia.
Oh, my sister needs more time to make sure the flowers are fine.
That's Casterus' sister?
Such a pity. Both of you have hearts kinder than anyone else. Yet you are born only to take over Thanatos' divinity.
Oh, damn.
Everything that I see and hear this time has left me shaken to the core. What may seem like a mundane conversation is in truth a once-in-a-lifetime exchange that has revealed the ultimate answer to Circe's question. The conjecture has taken shape and must now be solidified into a theorem. Next, I only need to seek verification from Kephale. By doing so, I can answer Circe's question and reclaim my body. But no, I will not do that. That isn't important. Because another one of my conjectures, one that I have always dreamed of proving, has been proved right this very instant. Fusing a mortal soul with that of a Titan to replace said Titan is not a ludicrous idea after all.
Oh. Don Hung POV.
What are you thinking about?
Just amazed at how this towering tree is Circe's divine body. It's a majestic sight.
Is that so? You don't look the slightest bit amazed, though. Plus, you seem to be strangely familiar with the city around the great tree.
Merely something from the past that I won't go into.
Events of the past, huh? I was also a child when I looked up at Circe's. Their leaves and branches reflected the sparkling stars, and their trunk was like a pillar that supported the sky and ground. I stood at this very spot back then, imagining the day when I could climb to the top of this tree, because I would be the closest I can be to the sky at that spot.
You know who else flew really high in the sky? And then it didn't end that well for them. You're a sky priest, yet you study at a place that is home to the Reason Titan. That's rather counterintuitive.
Don't read too much into it. I mean, can mortals even hope to reach Aquila's realm? They're a strict and draconian god. Nothing like Circe's. Reason is willing to share what is theirs with others, but Sky only expects people to revere them. You get what I'm saying, right, Danny?
Danny?
After all,
oh my god, she calls him Danny!
You and Gray here in Amphorius is none other than Aquila themselves.
Yes, I didn't count on provoking the ire of a local god.
But there will always be people who dream of soaring towards the sky. The Grove has a wealth of research on Aquila, and that is exactly what we are here for. It's just... I never thought Gray would meet with something like that before we set off. As a physician, I should have been there by his side.
I need Jade's compensation. I got misgendered. Respectfully, I got misgendered. I deserve 1,600 Jades. Bad luck tends to come in streaks, so don't beat yourself up over it. Besides, Aglaia needs you to uncover the truth behind what happened to the Grove. Let's just make the most out of this trip and keep a lookout for any documents related to the Death Titan. They could be useful to her.
Yeah, there's no rest for the weary, huh? In any case, what we're looking for could be anywhere in this enormous grove. Let's split up to cover more ground. Danny, with your skills, I'm sure those monsters born of the Black Tide will pose no threat to you anyway.
What about you? Will you be alright on your own?
Have you forgotten that you're talking to the chief physician of the Twilight Courtyard? Have more faith in me. I'll be just fine.
The silence here is deafening. That's a crazy sentence. With the vast amount of knowledge it holds, the Academy is akin to a labyrinth of information. Even the cleverest of scholars would easily lose their way in here. I should gather my thoughts before heading in. How to leave Amphorius. In the myths, Aquila, the titan who reigns over the domain of the skies, is a colossal bird that overlooks the world beneath them with 100 eyes. As long as they continue to soar above the clouds, the people of Amphorius will remain trapped on the ground. Hyacinth forebears were priests who worshipped Aquila. Nobody is more familiar with the taboos of the Sky Titan than her. Seeing how Aglaia has sent her here as a guide, it's possible that she plans to have Hyacinth take on a trial in the future. In Amphorius, titans are a common topic of discussion. People create myths that, in turn, conceive titans. It's a tricky task to keep an objective view among the people of Amphorius. Is there a way to step out of the situation and look at it from a different perspective? Titans and Eons, Chrysos Heirs and Demigods, Flame Chase Journey, and the Prophecy. Guided by the prophecy, the heroes are on a quest to reclaim core flames and usher in the Era Nova. Their efforts have seen gratifying results to date. As I expected, the prophecy is the hardest to make any sense of, but with barely any information to go on, no matter how much I ruminate on it, it won't yield any results. I should leave this for another time. Chrysos Heirs are humans who possess heroic qualities, and most of them are demonstrating extraordinary combat prowess and strength. Upon clearing a core flame trial, a Chrysos Heir can even ascend to demigod and inherit a Titan's divinity. Wait, something about that feels off. Is this a selection process of some sort? Titans and Eons are two distinct classes of beings. Titans can communicate with us humans, and it is not impossible for us to overpower them. Upon their demise, we can even take over their divinity. In this regards, Titans can be said to be a lot more similar to humans than Eons are. Baby girl's plight. Nobody could ever imagine that baby girl's life would be forfeited the moment we landed on Amphorius. I should have done more to keep her safe, but it's not too late. We still have a fighting chance. The unique rule that governs life and death on Amphorius might work in our favor and save her. The Grove is a veritable library of knowledge. Maybe they'll have records on a similar case. Please let there be one. The clock is ticking. I should search for clues. Cersei's incomplete theorem. Night sky feels unusual now that I've gotten used to Akuma. Alright, gotta go up there. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh. Okay. You know what I'm realizing? I have still yet to do a battle with Casterus. Black monsters are twisted in form, and their life has turned to ash together with their souls. It's impossible to figure out their form when they were still alive. These are the remains of a black-tide monster. It looks different from the Titankin from up close. What's that underneath it? A scroll? A recorded debate between Venerationist and Nusporis scholars. Most of it is illegible, leaving only fragments of dialogue. Venerationist scholar. We all recall that state that declared that we all recall that state that dared touch the sky. But what were they really? Just blind masses manipulated by ambitious guys, I'm having a really hard time speaking today. Politicans. How do I pronounce? Why can I not pronounce this word right now? The 11 p.m. effect? No, for real. Politicians. Thank you. Okay. It's been a day. It's been a day, you guys. One dared challenge a Titan's authority. Venerationist scholar. A completely meaningless attempt, an absolute mistake. Nusporis scholar. You Venerationists have bowed to the Titans for so long, you've forgotten a scholar's true purpose. Making a mistake does not mean the act was meaningless. Even those students new to the Grove understand this from basic logic lessons. An entire city-state reduced to ashes proved the skyship's construction was a mistake. To me, that's precisely the meaning they achieved through the sacrifice. Am I hearing this right? Such a statement. Are you converting to Venerationalism? No, I am simply examining the matter from another perspective. Legible content ends here. I think it's pronounced venerate. Whatever. As I expected, the Grove doesn't forbid discussions about the sky. It's a debate between two scholars about the skyships. Aglaia also made mention of the ships when she was interrogated, a memory I'd rather forget. I'll hold on to this for now. With any luck, this journey won't leave us empty-handed. Alright, run, Robin, run! Run, Robin, run! I'm gonna ignore those guys. That's Hyacinth. Why is she surrounded by so many monsters? As much faith as I have in her, it's probably a good idea to help her out.
Really now? This is way more trouble than I could have asked for.
Real? Need a hand?
Or you could sit back and watch.
Oh? I can't tell if you're serious or not, but being hard to read isn't without its perks, I suppose.
I'm kidding, Danny. Lend me a hand, pretty please. All right, now let's get him.
Mina, why haven't I fought yet? Also, Mina skips fight. Listen, they're making me fight anyway. Why is her thing a butterfly? Why does she get a fancy one?
May song bring us victory. Harmony and unison.
Harmony and unison.
Me.
All right, how's she work?
As you wish.
I'll see you off.
How does she work?
Receive divinity.
It's okay.
Eternal sleep is not the end. The dead return.
The dead returns. Take damage and heal. Okay, rude.
Life is not so fragile.
Blast!
Embrace a new life.
Oh, whoa! Okay. Oh, they're dead. Stop at the red? Why? Dun, 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 dun. This place is practically in ruins. What happened? There shouldn't be this many monsters here.
The Black Tide is remarkably quick to detect the light of Amphorius. So or rather, the blessings of the Sky Priest in me, might have unknowingly called them to me. Anyway, never mind that for now.
Anyways, I like Hyacin.
You might want to have a look at this. I found it around here and thought it might be of interest to you.
A debate record between two scholars. Most are illegible. Bro, I wish this could be voiced. Reading is so hard sometimes. If you live throw. Just skip it? No. Because I know everyone skipped it, so I need to read this. Well then, enlighten me. What exactly do you mean by examining from another perspective? Simple, you see. When we stand normally, the sky is above. When we stand on our heads, it's below our feet. I don't even want to know what kind of situation inspired you to make such exalted theories. By the way, I have a student who loves to write satirical comedies and once wrote about a fool who could not figure out a question no matter what. As I said, there's no reasoning with you, veneration, rational, whatever. You're like Dromuses, huge yet always gazing downward at the earth. While I want to be the wasp that stings the Dromas. What if that state tyrant's defeat simply proved that among all paths to Aquila, the skyship was the wrong one? Anaxagor, oh, of course. That's why he called him a Droma. You impious blasphemer, mark my words. You will eventually answer for your sacrilege. I doubt your students or that young teaching assistant girl have any idea what secret research you're truly conducting. Damn. Anaxagoras? He's the scholar who fused himself with the core flame of reason.
This is new. I didn't know Professor ANAXA was researching the sky. He's never mentioned anything about it.
Finan said ANAXA might be opposed to the flame chase journey.
Might is an understatement. ANAXA has never been one to venerate the gods, nor has he ever found it within himself to put any faith in the prophecy. People have come to think of him as a heretic, even in a place as liberal as the Grove. Yet, it is also this very blasphemer that Circe's favors. Fate sure works in mysterious ways.
Circe's, she's a quirky one. She's like, I'm gonna pick the one that doesn't believe. I picked up a scroll on my way here too. It looks like it might be related to the one you're holding.
Oh, let me have a look.
Hyacinth combines both records together.
By the looks of them, these scrolls are records of two conversations that took place in the same setting, one after the other.
There's still much I don't know about the Grove. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Sure. Go ahead.
Who are the Veneration? Okay, please say this word out loud so I know how to pronounce it.
The Grove of Epiphany is home to 7 schools of thought. While all 7 schools are founded on the ideologies of Theoros, the first scholar, each is unique in its own way. Among them, the Venerationists revere and worship the Titans the most. As the sage of the Venerationists, Euthyphro has always been at loggerheads with ANAXA.
Am I pulling for ANAXA? Hell yeah, brother, I love him.
If we were to place the 7 sages on the scales of Talanton, ANAXA and Euthyphro would be placed on opposite sides to achieve balance.
A very illustrative explanation, thank you. Was it a mistake to build the skyships?
Nearly everyone in Amphorius has heard the story of the skyships by now. Aquila's stature is loftier than the heavens, and their divine retribution is merciless. That's why it's no use building giant skyfaring ships. Oh, but I do wonder if a supercharged mini Treaty cannon could slip past their watch.
That was a joke, right? What is ANAXA's field of study?
Forests primarily study the application of alchemy and soul repair. Everyone considers ANAXA a blasphemer, but that has never stopped him from sharing his ideas, no matter how taboo. If you must say that he's hiding something, then it's likely what lies beneath his eye patch. ANAXA often says that every failure brings us one step closer to the truth. Perhaps, to him, the crash of the skyship carries a different interpretation. The firmament is not impenetrable. On the contrary, it was precisely because the skyship represented the first step toward breaking free from the shackles of the earth that it provoked the wrath of the Sky Titan and brought divine punishment upon itself. It's a shame that the majority of the Grove's research on Aquila was headed by the Venerationists, with sacrificial rituals making up a predominant part of their findings. Discourse about more esoteric subject matters in relation to Aquila dwindled even further after the skyship incident. So much so that even this scroll is completely new to me.
Don't worry about it. We'll just collect everything we can find on the Titans for now. There's something else that caught my attention though. This says that ANAXA is conducting secret experiments of some sort.
That's what I'd like to know. What are these experiments he's involved in? Even I, the assistant lecturer, know next to nothing about them. I have a bad feeling about this. Could there be more to what happened at the Grove?
But wait, there's more. Rise up.
This is the Library of Philia, a place where the Grove stores its collection of tomes. Other than books written by the 7 schools, you can also find philosophical texts, ballads, and religious writings from the Outlands here. Cities that desire to learn from the Grove were apparently expected to contribute knowledge of equal value to what they sought. We've had more than our fair share of hilarious episodes over the years. For instance, it's said that the Erythrocheramists once borrowed a manuscript from a certain author, but ended up returning a copy instead of the original. What's more, the original manuscript was supposedly then hidden here.
That doesn't seem like a nice thing to do.
Nice? No need to hold yourself back, Danny. You can just tell it like it is. Their behavior was no different from bandits.
Well, if you don't mind, did the Grove ever rob Castrum Kremnos?
Whew. You've got me there. Some said you couldn't even find a dictionary in Castrum Kremnos. So I guess they were
So they
spared.
have beef.
There are too many books in
You've
the
got me
library
there
of
is
Philia.
such a funny sentence for them to put in this
Flipping through
game.
them all will take too long. Why don't we use the Biblioslate to search for the texts we need? We can bring them back to Akama for reading after that.
Agreed, this place isn't safe. We should leave as soon as we're done. There are still several more scrolls strewn around the place. All over the place. I'll gather them while you pull up those texts. This way, nothing will be overlooked. There are no words because the Kremnoian dictionary got stolen. That's why Mighty knows like 4 words. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, there they are. A record of many research topics a Caparus scholar had applied for, and the replies from the school sage about these topics. Topic 1, a discovery that many mythical beasts renowned for their longevity actually reside in areas with poorly managed birth and death records for such creatures. Permission to research. Reply, lack research significance, not approved. Topic 2, an observation of real plants within the grove imitating the growth patterns of nearby white dryads. Permission to research, reply, falls under the domain of the Lotophagist School, not approved. Investigating the feasibility of placing flying birds into rocket tubes to guide the direction of the rocket's flight. Permission to research, reply, too fanciful, not approved. The subsequent topic grew increasingly eclectic, yet the outcome of the replies remained unchanged. Impressive tenacity. Hopefully it helped him survive the black tide. I don't think it did. These are complaint letters from the scholars about Anaxagoras, the blasphemer. There are a thick stack of letters. Based on the dust accumulated and the perfectly intact seals, the complainee did not even bother opening them and just chucked them aside into a corner. Unbothered king. Truly unbothered king. This is about ANAXA. I should read this. Hyacinth, you should come have a look too.
Ugh, it's so dusty in here. Whoa. Are these all complaints about him? I can already see what they must have written. ANAXA has no respect for the gods. His very existence undermines order in our society. They're probably all things like that.
She is used to hearing this. Does ANAXA hold that much influence?
Why else would they call him the Great Performer? When ANAXA established his school of thought, the first thing he apparently did was read his own work to everyone. Are the Titans truly an accurate reflection of what humans think gods should be? Worlds created by gods are indubitably perfect, but what of Amphorius? Only foolishness and insensitivity everywhere you turn.
An uncanny impersonation. What happened after?
They marched him straight to the seat of judgment before he could finish. Though what he took on in the end was more of a debate than an actual trial. He had to address every one of the scholar's allegations, or face expulsion from the Grove. The first allegation was... Do you agree that since the Titans created the heavens and earth, so the mountains, rivers, and seas must likewise be their creations?
Am I supposed to put myself in ANAXA's shoes and answer this? Yes? No. Yes. Oh, oh, Danny. Oh, sweetie. I was teasing you. You didn't actually have to answer. As told in the myths, the seas, the skies, and the earth all above, beyond the shadow of a doubt, creations of the Titans.
ANAXA would have probably been spared a lot of trouble if he had answered this way. Instead, he quoted past instances of the Flame Chase journey and posited that humans have the potential to take over the divinity of Titans. Needless to say, his critics didn't take kindly to his answer, so they followed up with a second allegation.
Second
You
one?
claim to be studying souls, yet you are, in fact, defiling them and committing acts condemned by the gods. Do you admit it?
That's a serious allegation. Did he really do that?
ANAXA always wears an eye patch, never removing it, even when alone. Some say he used one of his eyes as an alchemical ingredient. Every being in the world owes their safekeeping to Kephale, and this is even more so for the Chrysos heirs who have divine blood coursing through them. If he has really done something of that nature, then it'd indeed be sacrilegious. Thankfully, they had no way to prove it, so it amounted to nothing more than an allegation in the end. One by one, ANAXA engaged in wars of words against those who would challenge him. Toward the end, a scholar asked him,
Anaxagoras, have you any respect for the gods?
It was only after a brief silence that he answered,
I have never denied that Titans are meant to be noble constructs.
What he didn't say, that the Titans are not noble, rings louder in this case.
Yes. I'm not sure how that controversy was eventually resolved, but what's for certain at least is that ANAXA was allowed to stay in the grove where he continued his research, despite being regarded as a heretic. By the way, this stack of complaint letters has reminded me of a place in the grove. We may find clues there that aren't on the teleslate.
Oh?
I'm talking about ANAXA's alchemy lab, hidden between the cornerstones.
Given the Grove's meticulous approach to archiving, could there really be such an oversight right under their noses?
A well-kept secret. Among the 7 sages, excluding the nominal chief sage, each has a private sanctuary where they can conduct research undisturbed in their free time.
Oh my god, secret evil research.
Even the administrators of the Library of Philia are restricted from accessing those places and documenting the sage's research. But with the grove in this state, I'm sure ANAXA won't be mad even if we sneak into the lab for a short while. Right?
I mean, he's gonna die in 15 days anyway. Like, how mad can he be? A book covered in annotation from many scholars. Its title is The Art of Sophistry, 40 Ways to Improve Your Debating Skills. You skim through it, and the highlighted methods include virtual causation, false premises, contradiction conversation, conflating prevaricate, whatever, and reality, misinterpreted punctuation, misattribution, and generalizing specificity, among others. Amidst the scholar's exclamations, a true eye-opener, the art of language knows no bounds. If I can't master sophistry, I can at least learn to defend myself against them as an honest man, and so on. The last resort is, when all else fails, employ brute force. This isn't going to be of any help, that's for sure. Alright, let's go to his secret chamber. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. Oh! I accidentally got wheel nymph. Have you tried Mordor? Y'all, I don't know what's up with my reading skills today. I think I'm getting sick.
This is the place, but where is everything?
Mina, would you like to join my college class? We read every day from 1:30 to 2:45. No, and I'm sure I'm not just tired. I woke up with a sore throat this morning.
Materials for alchemical experiments, matrix diagrams, and even the seal to the lab. They're all gone. Did the Black Tide destroy it all?
No wonder we didn't see any defense mechanisms along the way. Have you ever been here before?
No, not even close. Not only are alchemy experiments high-risk activities, but Professor ANAXA also has a penchant for using bizarre materials. Students often saw him walk in looking right as rain, but come out covered in soap with his hair singed. Naturally, no one dared to come near this place. Huh? That bookshelf over there seems to be the only thing still intact.
Oh. Okay, sorry about that. There are materials requested by Anaxagoras. Documents from various fields have been compiled in one place, including Titan creations, the universality of the soul, alchemy doctrine, and so on. Most of the materials look to be within the research domain of the Nusporus school of thought. However, a document titled A Study on the Chrysos Heir's Background is mixed within. Ahem. These appear to be quick notes examining the background of Chrysos heirs. The Holy Maiden of Yiannapolis. Tribi, Trian, and Trinan, descendants of the Holy Maiden from the Temple of the Three Fates. Goldweaver Aglaia of Akama, from the Nestia priestly family. The Prince of Castrum Kremnos, Hyacinth of the Twilight Courtyard. All of their ancestry have varying degrees of connection to the Divine Titans or their divine authorities. Does the golden blood come from the heritage of priest families or royal bloodlines? Anaxagoras, I myself show no such connection. Kephale the creator, what criteria did they use to create the golden blood to shape the Chrysos heirs? Yet Castorus, the servant of death from Idonia, her lineage is neither Titan priest nor demigod, but she has walked the earth for at least a millennium with the power to grant death to humans. Where did this power come from? Another text speaks of the dragon legends of Styxia. The alchemical extraction of soul ripped from dragon corpses is intriguing. Dragons appear to be the Titans' creations. Perhaps there's a way to reverse the process, using alchemy to refuse human souls with Titan creations, increasing the purity and divinity of golden blood towards the absolute. This theory must be tested, experiments to be arranged. Aww.
What's going on? ANAXA is conducting research on our friends in Akama and me?
Oh my god, the betrayal. This journal contains several intriguing points. The creation of Titans. From the abyss of fate to Castrum Kremnos, I've seen many a Titan creation during my time in Amphorius. Life forms created by Circes can also be found in the Grove. But fusing them with human souls through alchemical means, I can't even begin to imagine. The Chrysos heirs. ANAXA seems to hold special interest in the divinity coursing through the Chrysos heirs' veins, and has even conducted a thorough investigation in the heroes' backgrounds.
It wouldn't have been so strange if he had focused only on Cassie, given her own curiosity about her origins. Plus, considering that the Nusporus have crafted omnipotent medicines capable of curing diseases, it also makes sense that he would conduct research on immortal Chrysos heirs. But now, it seems ANAXA's objective was never to create medicine, but to identify the origin of the golden blood and figure out its inner workings.
Through alchemy, ANAXA aims to refine the golden blood in the Chrysos heirs to a degree of purity equal to divinity. This must be what he means by close to true purity, but treating both Titan creations and the human body as materials to be used in alchemy experiments, that's rather extreme.
Danny, look at this. I have a bad feeling about this.
Oh no. These documents appear incomplete, judging from what's left behind. The important alchemical formulae have been taken away. Only the author's reasoning remains. The previous approach has flaws. Fusing human souls with Titan creations does not purify golden blood. Even pure Titan creations are contaminants to the Chrysos heirs' golden blood. Soul fusion between humans and creations merely repairs impurities of the soul or maintains a connection to dying souls. While creation myths tell us that Chrysos heirs and other creations were all made by Titans, their nature differs fundamentally. The Titans' creations are no intermediate products of an alchemical process, and the Chrysos heirs are closer to the Titans than the creations. In other words, I should not have considered Titan creations equal to Chrysos heirs. The hypothesis I should focus on is one pointed towards the Titans themselves. Such rare chances to study Titans demand a meticulous selection of research subjects. Living Titans prove impossible to restrain, and dead Titans offer no insights worth pursuing. But dying Titans, they are the perfect research subjects. Only by understanding the fundamentals of creation can we ensure perfection at the moment of everything's birth. Through my own hands, I will melt a Titan and reach the true essence of the soul.
My biggest fear. It's come true. After going through his notes, I think I can piece it all together now. ANAXA was carrying out experiments on soul transmutation.
Do you mean he's trying to reconstruct human souls alchemically?
Yes, this is what he was secretly conducting research on. Something he had to keep hidden from others. Compared to his public speeches, this is the real blasphemy. Oh, I just thought of something.
What's wrong?
Do you remember when the Black Tide was approaching? The Grove had planned to send Cersei's core flame to a safe place. But an accident happened along the way, and ANAXA lost his life in the process.
But Cersei's took over his body and resurrected him, which led to the situation we're in now.
That's right. But what if Professor ANAXA's
Oh god,
fusion
like
with
he
the
set
core
it up?
flame of reason wasn't an accident?
What do you mean?
Put yourself in his shoes. Knowing that the Black Tide was closing in and your time was running out.
Oh my god, he set it up to see what
you
would
have
happen? He gambled with his life? I put my theories to the test no matter the cost.
Exactly. When the Black Tide came, the true reason ANAXA headed to the Luminary Throne was to transmute and fuse himself with the Titan's core flame.
Did he succeed?
No. Judging from how he reacted after the event, the results came as a surprise. Maybe he failed to consider the possibility that Cersei's would make a similar decision. The manuscripts detailing all the alchemical formulae have been taken away. His research is still ongoing.
Bum bum bum. And that's what he's working with the elders for his own research. Could he have taken them for other purposes?
Like what? There's only one Titan left in the world now.
Oh?
No. No way.
To conceive an entity of perfection, one must first understand the principles of creation. If ANAXA is an Akuma now, then that means...
He's after Kephale.
Sir, this sky above us. It's not real, is it?
Of course not. This is just an image from a projection device used for educational purposes. A simple trick. The day-night cycle has been lost to this world. So that students like you may still learn about the night sky, astronomers have harnessed the Titan's miraculous power to manipulate the light, projecting the nights of the past here for you. Much like how the sky above the Holy City is also illuminated by Kephale's dawn device.
So, the skies of Akama are fake too.
You mustn't conclude that, ANAXA. You should know that only a child would expose a trick and be proud of it. Often people know more than they let on. They simply choose to feign ignorance because they have no other choice.
Then they're just deluding themselves. People believe in Kephale's tale of Genesis, accepting wholesale whatever the priests preach. But we're different. We've already walked out of the firelit cave of ignorance. We have already realized that we live in a world where Titans make the rules. Even when we look at the sky, we're only seeing what they allow us to see. Rather than gazing at this mockery of a night sky fabricated by them for the rest of my life, why shouldn't I be the one to take control of the projection device instead?
So much time has passed since you sowed the seeds of doubt in my heart, child. Many a night, I find myself penning down all my theories and wild ideas, only to burn them to ashes when I open my eyes in the day.
Why? Because we'll face death by burning if word gets out?
As a sage of the Venerationists,
ANAXA,
my
you can't just
soul
commit
has
blasphemy
already
so
become
blatantly.
inextricably linked to the great tree. Every word I say and every move I make is certain to influence every leaf, every branch, even the tree itself. But above all else, my days are numbered. Instinctively, I have my doubts about the golden blood and the human soul, yet I have no means of verifying them. The golden blood in my veins is woefully thin, and I am loath to waste what little time I have left obsessing over a hypothesis that cannot even be proven in the first place.
But I can, sir. I can do it for us. The time is right. Give me all that I need, and I shall accomplish this grand feat on your behalf.
You're right. I shall do just that. In the next meeting of the sages, I will spare no efforts fighting for the rights you deserve.
Aww.
Go. Establish your own school of thought. Find out what we are. Become the one who conquers the ultimate truths of the world.
Child of humanity.
Oh, she's back.
You didn't go to such lengths for an audience with Kephale. Just ask him a few questions, did you?
So...
Oh god.
You figured it out.
Oh god.
If I were as foolish as a Dromus, perhaps I'd throw myself down and prostrate before their greatness, begging for the gods' prophetic wisdom. Well, sorry to disappoint, but I'm no Dromus. Alas, I am a human, standing tall on 2 feet, possessing both intellect and pride.
Before such power, does it make any difference whether you're a human or a Dromus?
I'm sure you're familiar with the story of the Styxians. When the raging waves threatened to swallow them, they didn't just give up and become sitting ducks. No. They constructed a dam that kept the roaring tide at bay, chaining down the mad Fagusa. They call me a blasphemer, Circes. But that doesn't mean I deny the existence of gods. It's just...
You won't kneel to them.
As I see it, Titans are simply a force that mankind has yet to find a way to tame.
Oh? If power that rivals the Titans is what you crave, why not conform to the prophecy and brave the trial?
Why stop at harnessing the power of the Titans when I can do so much more?
Yeah, he is a human.
The source of life is what I wish to grasp, to understand what makes up the soul, and to learn what we really are. Thanks to you, I've had the chance to personally verify, in more ways than one, that the soul indeed ceases to exist in death. But where there is death, there is life. And where there is an end, there must also be a beginning. How then is a soul born? That was the only unknown variable left in my calculations.
And by the sound of it, you have already formed a conjecture.
No, I have already drawn a conclusion.
Oh?
In my journey unto death just now, I finally saw the answer with my own eyes.
Professor ANAXA. I'm here. Her life hangs by a thread.
At least Cassie doesn't misgender me.
I must ask you to refrain from taking any unnecessary steps.
Of course. I'll bring this to a conclusive end, and give you the answer you so desire. However, in accordance with the principle of equivalent exchange, I must also demand from you what I need.
As you wish.
Don't you care to know what the price might be?
It's a matter of uncovering the truth about the Death Titan and her survival. This may be the only time I can ever save someone's life. There is no need for me to think twice.
Aww.
I see. In that case, let the show begin.
Indulge me. Am I correct to say that you intend to prove Thanatos' whereabouts and prove the nature of our existence now?
Before I begin, I must confess I had been stuck in a cognitive trap all this time. As unrelated as these two propositions may seem at first glance, they are in fact logical equivalents. They are merely two different ways of telling us about what the soul is at its core. The reason I say this is, as I've mentioned earlier, the answer was hidden in my journey unto death.
ANAXA, you are in the Netherrealm?
Yes, I am but a living dead man now, but that's not important. What truly matters is, I overheard a conversation between
He's like, yeah, I died anyways.
That's not all. Remember how I said you were a part of that conversation too, Circes?
And I've told you that I have no recollection of such an event. That was likely just an illusion conjured up by the mind of a dying man.
Of course you wouldn't remember. Because that wasn't you. That was Calypso, one of the 7 sages of the Grove.
Calypso?
Huh?
Every time I hear Calypso, I think of that one little British child.
The name I made up on a whim when speaking to this girl. How do you know of it? And surely you jest. Don't you think I, of all people, would know if that were the name of one of the 7 sages under the shade of my tree? Don't you claim to know the grove's past like the back of your hand?
It seems you've lost even the memories seared into your soul. Use your head, Circes. Since all of this took place in the realm of the dead, it stands to reason their likenesses are of souls from the past. The living cannot step foot into that world, so who could they be? Think about Calypso. Why does she share your likeness, yet you have no idea who she is? The answer is evident, is it not? Those fallen heroes are the mortal incarnations of the Titans before their ascensions to godhood. The gods aren't master creators born out of thin air, and they are no different from humans, because they all evolved from one.
Oh. And so subconsciously she chose the name.
Yes, because you've answered nothing. If I truly was once human, as you claim, then where do the children of humanity come from?
Even on the off chance that you speak the truth, this brings us no closer to grasping Thanatos' whereabouts. How are we to find them?
I knew you would say that.
He's such a
But
know-it-all.
it matters not. I know what I'm doing. Actually, why don't we have this supreme being standing before us tell us everything?
You can revive a Titan?
Humans cannot return from the dead. Neither can gods. But all we need to do is look at this from a different perspective, and the problem will resolve itself.
Oh?
The solution is simple. Just like what you did to me. If I'm reborn as Kephale, I can rebuild the world and all within it as they once did. Simple. Is it not?
ANAXA? ANAXA?
I have news from Hyacinth and Danhung. ANAXA might be trying to do something with Kephale's divine body.
Aglaya,
Kephale?
you're right.
But what could ANAXA want? Is the Council of Elders going to sit around and let such a sacrilegious act unfold?
Unless they don't know.
That is not possible. He is indeed the great performer, capable of fooling anyone and everyone with his tricks.
I'm sorry.
No need for guilt, for this is good news to us. The Council of Elders has found themselves a traitorous ally. ANAXA's ambitious desires will be something we can exploit. What we should be doing now is to keep our eyes peeled for whichever trickery Kindness is up to, and react accordingly to thwart her plans. Being Akima's political center, the Demigod Council holds just as much significance as the Vortex of Genesis. Someday, after my duty is over, this site will take the place of the battlefield where you hunt gods, become the next challenge you ought to overcome. Till then, it's best to get used to this place as soon as possible.
We will be waiting for your good news. Okay, screw me, I guess.
Preposterous! The Christos heirs only have their standing because of the Council of Elders. How dare they trample over it?
Wow, these people are shooting daggers with their eyes.
It's been a while.
Hello, Oleg of Amphorius. So they do remember Bellabog.
What is that supposed to mean? Is this really the sort of person that the
God,
young
it is
lord
Oleg from
praised as a
Amphorius.
ferocious warrior?
It has indeed been some time, Lord Krateros. What brings you here in such haste?
A lot of people back
Keep
there.
it down. Be more vigilant. See those duplicitous dogs over there? They do the dirty work for kindness. I've already ordered my people to hold them back, but we should still lay low. Unless you're itching for a bloody fight to get a workout in.
My bad. So, did something happen?
Did you hear thunderclaps last night?
It would be hard not to notice thunderclaps in broad daylight. No, I'm a heavy sleeper. Hurrah! It's Acheron! Someone's coming to save us!
Hacker? What?
She's been through a lot lately. Please pardon her. Can you tell us more about these thunderclaps?
Thunderclaps are beacon signals of
Sorry,
strife.
the thunderclaps are actually
They are a
mighty and
message from the young
fine.
lord.
Don't worry
He
about
threw
it.
a spear bearing several words at Akama.
Watch out. The Flame Reaver is back.
Oh, mighty? Mighty?
I guessed as much. We didn't actually kill them back at the Kremnos arena.
I figured this is something you would want to know. We Kremnoans never back down from a fight. So if you plan to
Oh my
take
god,
that thing down in a battle,
Kremnoans are like that
reach
one
out to me
saying.
anytime.
Never back down, never what? Like those are, that's them. That's just their saying.
You have my gratitude. I will let Aglaya know about this right away.
Remind her to be on her toes while you're at it. That vicious kindness has been unusually active lately. Those lackeys she keeps under cover have been going in and out of the city a lot more frequently these days. Some even seem to be getting Kremnoans to defect to the council.
Oh my god. Paid actors, freaking
That's
hecklers.
Looks like you can see it for yourself.
We should get back. Thank you for the intel, Lord Krateros.
And now we're on Trailblazer POV. We're surrounded by a bunch of haters, and this is coming from the world's #1 hater, me.
By Kephale into Lenten above, as the Theoros I have observed. Virtuous citizens of Akama, fine Vides, Elysiae, and the Outlander are heading
That's still
toward
playing
us.
video games while he's talking. Okay, you said this is a good place to stop. What percentage am I at right now of the story? Okay. Well, then this can be part 2. And we will do the next part tomorrow. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. I will see you guys in part 3, which will be tomorrow after we play Epic 7 over here on twitch.tv/MinaoYama. And if you want to see the recordings happen live, make sure to follow me over there. Bye, YouTube. See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.